If you're a home service business owner, social media matters a lot more in your business than you probably think. And a common misconception is social media is just for views, clicks, likes, comments, but that's not the case. Social media needs to be used more as a tool for your home service business to build brand, authority, and presence in your actual service area. And that's exactly what we're going to cover in today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can use social media in 2025 for your home service business, which platforms you should actually be focusing the most on, which ones are going to give you the best return, and then on top of that, my funnel with social media and how I used it particularly in my home service business. Hey everybody, my name is Jordan Danzy. I'm a marketing and home service fanatic, and I've helped over 40 plus home service businesses scale utilizing a 3-pillar framework. If you want to do this for yourself, you want guides, templates, scripts, everything you need to scale your home service business, join my school community, the 3-pillar framework. It's $99 a month. You have a 7-day guarantee as well if it's not for you. But let's go ahead and jump into this. So the big thing on how you're supposed to kind of be using social media is you don't want to really use it for virality, right? We don't want to be using social media just for likes, for comments. We don't want to go viral because the biggest problem with this is if you go viral on social media, that's awesome if your home service business has a good amount of likes coming in. But that does nothing for you if you are here in Utah or if you're in Arizona, Nevada, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you're getting likes from Canada, there's going nowhere. So it feels cool when it's happening. You have a lot of likes coming in, it's awesome. But at the end of the day, it's going to start, slowing down, and then you're going to have left with no customers, no leads, no nothing. Maybe some more followers, some likes, and then your continual posts will just go back to what they were used to. Now, that's not how we want to use social media. We want to actually use social media as more of a weapon to build brand authority and trust in a local setting. It should almost be used kind of as a funnel of trust. And when your client is looking at your company, right? So you have a client or whoever, potential lead, or let's just say anybody is looking at your home service business, that's when your social media really starts to come into play, especially when you're dealing with more wealthier clients, because they're going to look at your social media. They're going to go see how you are. They do homework, and they do a lot of homework. So it invokes a lot of buying decisions, and that's how we really want to use it. And the content that's on there should speak directly for your company. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that. This is my Instagram for Valley Home Tinting, my home service business that is architectural tinting. We primarily do residential and commercial, but when we are looking in here, you can see that this content isn't just static posts. Yes, there's a couple of them. You can see them right here. We have a static post. However, this content is also filled with videos of me talking. What's going on, Twilla homeowners? It's Jordan, Valley Home Tinting. This is more content of just getting my face out there. What's really cool is a lead did come through this, and you can see here, we have 15 posts, 64 followers, nothing too crazy, but the amount of people that would mention this, which is only on the Instagram, is so cool. So you could tell a lot of people are doing their homework, even if they don't follow you, even if they don't, message you or DM you here, they are seeing your Instagram presence. Pardon me. And so this is what your content really wants to do. One content type that is absolutely mandatory on social media is this testimonial content. I cannot tell you how good testimonial content is, because if somebody else is willing to speak for you, put it out there. That is a shout for your business. Every Google review is like a little whisper. A testimonial video is a shout for your business and is the most beneficial video you can get right now. So this is huge, and you can use Instagram as a funnel, and it's exactly what I did. So you can see here the type of content we're doing is just simple posts, before, afters, kind of showing what we're doing. A cool mystery gift that we're doing. The hook is always what's needed. And then in here, just some simple pictures, talking about our privacy film, so kind of educating people on the type of films that we're using. It is huge, testimonial, educational, and valuable. Now, there's not a lot of valuable content in here looking at this now, but if we were to come in here and do more, we'd give a lot more valuable type of content. So this is kind of how we use social media, and you want to use it like this. So when the person comes here, or your customer comes and looks at this, they're going to go, oh, okay, cool. Let's look at the residential. Okay, cool. We have some stories about residential. Cool. Okay, nice, another home. Okay, awesome. Let's go look at commercial. Okay, cool. They also do commercial. This is more of a business card. That's what you really want to think of is imagine Instagram was your business card. That's why it's super, super important. And that's why I used it. And we actually got a lot of people who mentioned this, the shoes. Again, this was only here in the Instagram. We didn't mention this anywhere else in our ads. And we ran Facebook and Instagram ads. A lot of people mention this, which tells me a lot of people do homework. So, and as well, we got some direct leads from this, which is really, really cool. So that's kind of how you want to be using social media. You want to be using it as a funnel, more as a quick trust build for authority. And especially if you're doing like local things in your area, having local things in the background is going to be huge. Now, which platforms should you really be focusing on? My favorite platform by far is going to have to be Instagram because it right now is the only platform that you can actually build an audience on. Now, yes, you can build one on TikTok, but I'm going to talk about why that's not really my favorite option. Instagram is the best one because it's going to compound over time. Now, what you can do is just go ahead and link Facebook and Instagram so they're together. Everything you post on Instagram goes to Facebook. It's awesome. But listing them all out, Instagram is going to have to be the top one because that's where a lot of your wealthier customers are going to be. Facebook, however, is good because your older crowd is going to be there. Older, it has a lot of homes, of course. And then two, it's always just good to have it kind of match and just have a presence on Facebook. It doesn't have as strong enough as like an audience building function. It's more of like follow your friends, and then Facebook just likes to show you stuff that you typically engage with. Instagram, on the other hand, is going to, if you follow you, it's going to try and show you that person's content if you're actively looking at it or engaging with it, which is awesome. TikTok, on the other hand, is a little bit different because TikTok, the audience is younger, right? And this is just thought. If the audience is younger, not a lot of them are going to have homes. And there's not a lot of wealthier buyers on TikTok. Now, there is obviously older, wealthier individuals who are on TikTok. However, it is primarily younger audiences. So that's why I say number 3. Like, you can still post whatever you're posting on Instagram to TikTok to build a following there if you want. But out of all of the clients that I have worked with, both one-on-one personally and nationally, I don't think a lot of our clients are really getting anything from TikTok. So you can build it. I have it 3 because it's a really good presence, and it's, you know, if you have something go viral, that's cool. But in my opinion, it goes Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, which is a newer kind of platform, X, and then any other platform after that. Realistically, in my opinion, I just want to focus on Instagram and Facebook for home service because it's the best one that's been serving me, and I really love it. And really quick, let me give you a quick example of how I use this in my business. And I think this is kind of like the secret sauce that nobody's doing right now. And for me, this has worked really, really well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of draw it out. So if we are, let's say, running Facebook and Instagram ads, otherwise just primarily known as meta ads, right? So we're running ads, right? Typically these are going to go to a lead form. I'm just gonna go ahead and have this here. And I'm writing with a mouse, so please, let's just get rid of that because that is too terrible. We're going to lead forms, right? And typically on these lead forms, we're looking for a couple of things, right? So we're gonna get their information. So we're gonna get, let's do first name, last name, phone number, email. By the way, make sure the phone number is the first one. If you're running Facebook and Instagram ads, you will see your actual like verification rate go up, which is really, really cool. So first name, last name, phone number, email. A lot of the times people, after they get this type of information in their lead form, are gonna push them to the like website. They're either gonna push them to a call, try and get them to call right then and there. Some actually push them to a message, so a text. I personally have seen all 3 of these work. However, here's my philosophy behind this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in, we'll do red. Actually, we're gonna do green because it's the move. Here's what I like to do. Here's the secret sauce and how you can actually use Instagram as a funnel for trust to get better responses. So When we're running this type of thing, they follow our Instagram, or they opt into our lead form or ads, whatever the case is. We get their first name, last name, phone number, email. It's going to go into our system, our CRM, all that cool jazz is happening. In my eyes, a lot of people push for the web, the call, or the message, but they already opted in. That's their little bit of commitment for your company, right? They gave you a little bit of commitment. Asking for more after that is a little bit harsh, and that's why like a lot of people go to the website, which is cool. It's more like, hey, check out what we're doing. So if you're doing the website, this is exactly what I would do. If you're having people call or message, you can keep doing that, or you can try this. I send them to the Instagram account. And I only say in my like form at the end, I basically just say this. See what, simple. See what we're doing today, right? Because you want to be posting on your Instagram quite often. And if you're posting things on your stories, especially, this is huge. This is huge. And so I post them to the IG, right? We go straight to, that is a terrible looking G. Hold on. Oh gosh. I'm struggling. IG, right? So we take them to the IG. Now, what does this do? Well, then they're going to go and they're going to see our profile, right? They're going to see our profile. They're going to see this video. They're going to see this video. And let's just go ahead and divide it like this. They're going to see these videos, and this is going to be content. So they're going to start to see educational. They're going to start to see, testimonial and valuable. And what this is doing, right? So we already have their information. This is the really fun part, and I get excited here. So we get their information from the lead form, first name, last name, phone number, email. Then we push them to the Instagram account, because that's where we're going to start to build trust with our audience, or with that lead in particular. So instead of sending them to a website, a call, or a message, we're sending them to the IG, to Instagram, to start to build trust. Because you already got commitment. You already got it. So they're going to go in there to see all your educational, testimonial, valuable. And then in the IG, if you have one more thing, kind of like mine, where it's like, mention this and you'll get this. And you have something where it's kind of a fun thing for them to interact with your company, right? In some type of way. So you do X, right? You do this and you get this. Actually, we're going to put X, Y, right? So they go to the Instagram, and then in the Instagram account, in your bio somewhere, you have some type of way for them to interact with the company. Maybe this is even a story highlight where you do X and you get Y. All we're trying to do is just get more engagement for them in the company. So when our sales rep comes through, or we come through and we actually give them a call to book quote, when we come back and give them a call to book the quote, this process right here makes it 10 times easier, right? So it makes it 10 times easier to actually call to book the quote and get better pickup rates, right? I have seen this work numbers for myself, especially with Valley Home Tinting. So we push them immediately to the Instagram account. And a lot of people too are just gonna go like look you up and see it. So what we're doing is we get their information. Obviously, we're going to try and call them as soon as humanly possible, within the minute if we can. But if we can't, we're going to send them to the Instagram profile. And a lot of the times, what's going to happen is they're going to see this IG. It's like, hey, see what we're doing today. They're going to click on it, and they're going to start scrolling and looking at it. And if you have a good sales team or a good sales process, you'll call them while they're looking at your Instagram. I've had this happen. We have called a lead. They're like, oh yeah, I was just checking you out on Instagram. I know it works then because they clicked on it, they went to the Instagram account, they start looking at all our content, we call them, you can start to see how much trust is being built. And this right here is what social media is actually supposed to be used for. Social media is the easiest way to build trust with your prospects. I almost said competitors. You'll build more trust than the competitors will, 10 times more. And it's amazing. So Instagram by far is my favorite one out there, but I'm telling you right now, if you focus on using Instagram and Facebook as a funnel for trust, authority, and presence, you're going to crush it. you're gonna crush it. And especially if you're running ads right now, run your ads how you have them. And then at the end where it says, hey, give us a call, give us a message, or send them to the website, send them to your Instagram, send them to the social media. People are used to social media now. You can use it as a funnel. So send them to the page. You don't even have to ask them to follow because you already got their contact information. It's that I'm done submitting the form. So you go to the Instagram account, they build a ton of trust, your sales process is down. I'm promising you, you're gonna see like a 10 to 20% extra pickup rate just by doing this. This is what I did for Valley Home, and it was amazing. It worked numbers. But if you don't have a social media right now, or you're just chasing virality, you're really missing the ball, especially with Facebook and Instagram. So if this was at all helpful, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to give as much value as here as possible. Again, if you liked what you saw here, go check out our school community. We have a 7-day money-back guarantee. And on top of that, we have over 45 plus home service businesses right now scaling like crazy in there. So come check it out. Come be a part of the #1 home service and marketing community. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.